What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for a brand new college football 27 Dynasty Rebuild, and as by you guys, the most requested team you guys want to see next after our Colorado and Florida Gators rebuild, go check those out if you already haven't, is the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Coming off a 1-11 season, they cleaned house and pretty much just pillaged North Texas being green. We are going to be playing as Eric Morse, the new head coach coming from North Texas. And, you know, as I go through this intro, I'm going to talk about a couple elephants in the room surrounding Dynasty Mode. If you've gone anywhere on social media, if you're in the weeds, Reddit, all that stuff. Dynasty, it's still early access, right? The game hasn't fully launched yet. I don't know. I haven't got any comps. It's been radio silence and everything. But there's a couple knocks. One, as we look at the coach, and the reason why I'm playing with this coach is they've removed the ability, and I've talked about this and highlighted it before, but they removed the ability to have fast and faster for Coach XP speed rate. So it's just so hard to get and level up coaches. So with that, the way to combat it, I think, is taking over as the actual head coaches if you want to kind of mess around and play with different skill abilities, because the XP is not there for you to start at level 0 and truly experiment and go in different directions and get weird combinations. I think in this game's current state, the easiest way to try different skill trees that you might not have had much experience in is just take over the existing coach. Eric Morse, we got a lot of architect, which is pretty good. I haven't been able to use a lot of architect in this year's game. And I love the fact that we're 4-4 on quarterback, wide receiver, and lineman, where we get to increase their skill cap. Starting linemen get XP faster. And if we can start winning some conference Big 12 titles, we might be able to increase some skill caps. Another thing is the 3-star rebuilds. I think the good thing is that if I'm looking through all my comments so far on my rebuilds asking for suggestions, the schools that you guys are suggesting for the most part are kind of falling between a 2.5 to 3.5 star school prestige. That is the sweet spot right now in this game's current state. If you want the best balance between challenge and reward and recruiting and the highs and lows, but you get some highs and you get the lows, I think that's the sweet spot. 2.5 to 3.5. Anything below 2.5, I did a tier ranking video yesterday on all Dynasty Modes. I kind of elaborated that. I think right now 0, 1, 2-star, 2-star maybe depending on your starting budget, but it's definitely 0 and 1-star, like the fun ultra cupcake rebuilds. You're just looking for suffering right now, and I'm not yucking anyone yum. I think it definitely needs to get scaled. I think there's a lot of mechanics in this game that aren't where they probably need to be, and I'm not trying to, again, just be the content creator that's complaining because I got the game early and I want, you know, all these changes just for my personal benefit and gain, but, like, it's just undeniable that there's certain things not working, and I think you can kind of mask over these issues right now a little bit by kind of going with, like, a 3-star school. And there's plenty of fun 3-star schools that you can rebuild, and I think Oklahoma State is absolutely that case. Now, take a look at our roster. We got a lot of North Texas influence. It's like you look at our starting roster, like, all right, got Wyatt Young, Drew Mestemaker, and Caleb Hawkins. Those guys weren't on Oklahoma State. Where these guys? Oh, they all followed the head coach from North Texas, and look at their gigantic NIL demands. Wyatt Young and Mestemaker, that was the duo, the dynamic passing duo at North Texas. $250 on Mestemaker, $235 NIL on Wyatt Young. You got Hawkins, who's one of the most productive running backs in college football last year. He also comes over $270 on the NIL. Those are awesome players. Can't wait. Drew Mestemaker, the redshirt sophomore, he's the absolute wild card when you look at all the quarterbacks in college football right now. He's like, is he going to be the guy that making this jump up to the Big 12? He's legit because he looked unreal and elite at North Texas. It's going to be interesting to see how that, you know, because not only is it going to be the legit test on Drew Mestemaker, it's going to be like now, if you're trying to evaluate him as an NFL quarterback, if he can come in and change the culture sooner rather than later at Oklahoma State, that's going to be more value to his draft stock. So, awesome that we have these players. Certainly concerned. Look at my my budget right there, $955. It's a tight budget. So if these guys start leaning, what do we got for deal breakers right now? Deal breaker, we have brand exposure on Hawkins not being met. We have coach prestige, which is a little bit weird considering he followed his coach to this program. Well, right now that is not good that our best players all have deal breakers, and hopefully we are better than expected this season, and we can improve that. I think definitely Mestemaker's the biggest one, and I think even if we have just a solid year, we should be able to increase our coach prestige rating. Look at the rest of the roster. I will say, just again, I hate just being like, oh, it does feel like dev traits are like just randomized on somebody. Like the players that I've heard of, it's like, oh, he has impact. Like Wyatt Young, one of the best, most productive. Like, why is he a normal dev trait when you got like Bowick, who's impact? Like, it's just, I don't know. You know, again, that's the last of the negativity here. we're going to keep on keeping on. We got a real nice looking tight end here in Donovan Green. I think he's going to be a nice playmaker for us. Also like that the starting of our offensive line, we got 84, 82, 84, and 80 across the board. It's like that's going to be able to compete right away here in the Big 12. Pass rush is going to go through James Williams here, the senior. 84 rated there. I don't know what Anai White has done, the senior way down here, bear on the depth chart, to have the best dev trait of our defense, but the 77 rated player, we might have to get him on. Real nice skill set too. 6'5", 300 pounds with 90 acceleration, 82 speed. Yeah, that's actually kind of nuts. But we definitely have to retain. In terms of upside, Wyatt Young, star dev redshirt freshman here from Oklahoma. So again, I think a lot of these Oklahoma kids, we should be able to convince them. Skill caps are not the best, but star dev trait freshmen, those are guys you definitely want to make sure you keep. But we also have some really nice linebackers. Wazlowski at linebacker and Chisholm are certainly solid. Wazlowski is one of the better linebackers in the Big 12. I was just curious because I was pretty sure this guy was North Texas as well, and he was. A lot of our best players are transfer. James Williams came from Florida State. Donovan Green came from LSU. I believe our wide receiver 3, one of the Justin Ball, he came from Illinois. Or we have a real nice corner. He just recently joined from Texas Tech, which is, I mean, obviously they have insane depth on their defense across the board, but he looks very, very good. Great speed, great athleticism. So while our coach looks like a movie villain, we have a really good roster. I think right now my concern is like Mestemaker is the top priority. We have got to ensure that either we make him happy or we budget accordingly so that at the end of season NIL, we can try to keep some of our top dogs here and be as competitive and keep, honestly, if we can keep that core 3 for 2 years, the full 2 years of Wyatt Young, and then they're probably both going to head to the NFL. Like, that is going to be very, very important. Another thing that helps when you get here to Oklahoma State is we have the facilities are in a great spot. We are a national powerhouse in facilities right now. So that certainly is a really nice starting spot for a 3-star school. Because of that, and having those facilities, like that's just, it's $750 right away for the building. Already locked in of our $4,500 budget, which is manageable if we continue to ascend. But if any point in this rebuild we take a step back, or maybe multiple seasons where we take a step back, you know, those facilities, like I never thought it anyways, like, all right, we might need a downgrade. But, you know, based off of our budget, you know, we may have to consider that. We'll put it that way. Recruiting's also interesting. I thought we would have like a mostly 3-star with a couple 4-star recruits that, you know, just looking at the recommended. Obviously, this is not how you properly fill out your board, but like I was like, oh, great. Expensive 3-stars. 3-star players that are looking for like 65 NIL. Those are not the kind of guys you want to be, you know, interested in your program, especially guys that don't have any ties to their pipeline. We're going to be clanging and banging our pipelines. Oklahoma and Texas, you know who we're going to be competing against. It's, you know, there's challenge. There is definitely undeniable challenge with Oklahoma State versus doing some of the other more interesting 3-star rebuilds around. I think Oklahoma State in particular, the recruiting paths are going to be violent. So while I think the ethos of Oklahoma State roster right now that we're inheriting, it looks pretty optimistic. This team has been built through the transfer portal. I also think that's probably where we're going to go. I think that's another strategy to combat. Like, even with us being a 3-star, that we're going to be victim to maybe some of the things that need a lot of tweaking to be done here in Dynasty mode for College Football 27. But to combat that, I do think more often than not, it's the transfer portal is probably where you can do a lot of damage, and it kind of fits the identity of this Oklahoma State team. But we were able to find some guys here, man. I got 3-star gem, 0 NIL expected. The issue, and I think when we compare, because we're going to be doing, again, that 2.5 to 3.5-star school rebuilds, Oklahoma State's going to be, in terms of challenge, certainly near the top, because every player that kind of looks interesting, look at the schools that are ahead of us, and they all have pretty good pipeline. Like when I was rebuilding Colorado, if I found a 3-star that had 0 NIL, we weren't dealing with schools that had real nice pipelines. We weren't dealing with schools that probably had better budgets than us more often than not. Here with Oklahoma State, that is going to be the case here. So I am trying to balance decent-looking players that have 0 expected NIL. I'm using every trick in the trade where we look at maybe some playing time grades and seeing, like, obviously we need to recruit based off of some position minimums here. I really like to look at Brian Mateo. This is a 4-star gem pass rusher. We are in a level 4 pipeline with him. It's like, okay, everything looks pretty sick. And then you go look, it's like, oh no, Texas, Oklahoma. Ooh. We're going to try. We're going to try, but there's a chance that, a bunch of these guys that are just, like, locked into much better situations than us. This guy here, too, Sam Garrison, a 6'4" speedster. Not a gem. I scouted him 100%, but 97 speed. Oh, I want you so bad. And then you look at the overview. It's like, all right, we're just going to compete against Ohio State, LSU, Alabama, Texas. Okay, no problem at all. Got a real nice 96 speed running back. 0 expected NIL with a pipeline. That could be fun. We got a quarterback here. Also looks pretty decent. 88 throw power, 82 mid accuracy, 86 speed, 86 acceleration as a dual threat from Texas. So again, want to be pretty aggressive trying to land these ones, but we will see. I think we're going to do a lot of our damage in the transfer portal, but I always want to try to get in some true freshmen as well. Our AD expectations have been set. We need to win a bowl game within the next 5 seasons. We need to have a coach player win an award this season, and we need to force at least 17 turnovers on defense this season. Okay, definitely not the best role. I'd say looking ahead at our schedule, we got that weird game against Oregon, week 2. That's all right. There's a loss, but I think Tulsa, FCS, West Virginia, there's a optimism that we will be 3-1 going in our bye week. Outside that, we have ranked Houston, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Arizona. We get into the meat and potatoes of the Big 12. Have that obviously huge rivalry game against Texas Tech. But I'd like to think it's probably 50-50. We're probably going to be favorites against UCF. I think Houston will be interesting. I think it would probably be slight favorites against Colorado, slight favorites against Iowa State. Kansas State's a pick'em. Arizona State be a pick'em. Favorites against Kansas. So I think all expectations for sure is going to be above 500 record this year, if not better. I'm not saying Big 12 championship. I'm not saying anything like that. Because I think our undefeated season, we're going to get that out of the way real quick here against Oregon. But I definitely think, I think we could be in good shape going into that big rivalry game against Texas Tech way down in week 11. Well, I think we're just, we made a mistake on some of these guys. The 4 stars with really good pipelines, just we actually don't really have the best shot. Ansah, not bad, though. Number 2, only team that threw an offer on him, so I think we can probably keep with Ansah, but I think Dubose and the wide receiver, they're the height, weight, speed wide receiver. I think we dip off those 2 for the better good to kind of re-up the budget for the rest of the class. And then we can go get some 4 stars in the portal. I mean, our expectations are very low. Maybe Drew Mestemaker right there could introduce himself to the world against Oregon. Oregon, plus, they're rattled. They lost their opener of the year. Let's go. And we're the home team. This is a chance for the home fans to believe in this new era of Cowboys football by taking down a national champion favorite from the preseason. Drew Mestemaker era. We do. Oregon was able to strike first. We are here 3rd in inches. We don't have Hawkins out there. I like that. Why don't we have our most expensive player on the roster, but Ewu Adaye did the job. Let's keep on keeping on here. There we go. Now we got Hawkins back there. We got Young. I'm not gonna lie, that is just ultimate temptation to make that a slant. We want this to be money. Come on, Mestemaker, stand in the pocket. Oh, we got to stand up a little bit. I mean, they got studs. Let's be honest. This was circled as a loss, but a chance to shock the world. Ooh, a little bit of separation. Ooh, okay. Bailed us out there a little bit. I love this playbook way more than any of the other playbooks I've been using so far. Colorado, Florida. Florida playbook, in terms of playing with it, you have 5 shotgun passes. But Hawkins, there's a reason why he's one of the best running backs in the nation. I mean, even on paper, if this actually is a scheduled game, a realistic schedule, this game's still going to be a shootout, I think. Maybe Oregon will pull away in the second half a little bit, but we're going to get some. We're leaving with something. Outstanding kick. An outstanding kick by myself, even though I'm probably kicking at a 30% hit rate. College football 27. We're going to Travis Green, the LSU transfer. At this point, it's about trying to make it respectable. Turnover on downs. Oregon being hyper aggressive. 3rd and 7. We're going to Wyatt Young. I could have Oh, that's a good throw, I was thinking I should have went to that tight end. Oh, well, let me finish this. I'm in the zone right now. PA dagger, we're going to go to the tight end. Now we'll go to the tight end. Donovan Green, come on, buddy. Why did that take so long? On a rope! That's what happens when you have one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the nation, Drew Mestemaker. Oklahoma State hasn't had a quarterback like this since Mason Rudolph. There we go. Getting better on the sticks. I can't improve the broken scouting and NIL and all that stuff, but I can't not be pathetic at this game. One score. Oh my God. Oh my God. Come on. Four down. We're 4 down territory. Too slow, man. It does not have it. Drew Mestemaker did not have the best throwing animation. Quick release there. That's a first down. Here we go. 4th down and 6. You think Green could get to the... You think Green there will have enough depth to get the first down marker? How about that? How about that? Let's go, man. Mestemaker cooking. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. No picks. I think we slow this down as well. Let's chew up as much time as... Hopefully, honestly, they take me to 3rd, and let's get a couple more runs of chewing clock. Stick with the zone runs here. 2nd and goal, 2-minute timeout. Get this clock rolling or score. Not really a lot of bad things could happen. All right, nice. Now, we put it in Mestemaker's hands. We'll give him a mesh. Try to get to Young. Could get Hawkins out the backfield. But they're lethal. A lethal. Should we go for 2? I'll let it. Well, shit. We only celebrate the first person who wants to buy into my rebuild, and it is the 3-star Jacques Preston. I believe he's a 3-star gem, corner out of Texas. I do think, though, we are going to lose out on, man, I really want this quarterback. And if we can't entice this nerd from Texas to not go to Stanford or the 96 speed running back to go to Arizona, what are we doing here? We are in a battle for Henry Bourne, and like the thing that's we have a better pipeline too. Like usually you can be like, all right, I'm in a battle, but like I can't offer him any more NIL. I can't send the house. I could sway him. Like is at this point is a sway Hail Mary the best chance? You know, like can we hit him on something with playing time? Star search, really all we could go? Get an A+ if he really wants proximity to home, which is, I mean, obviously would be our advantage over Stanford. So yeah, let's do that. Well, that guy's a nerd. Don't want nerds. See you, nerd. Alrighty, we got 2 big battles coming up. We have Wagbu at D-tackle coming for a visit this week. Mateo, the 4-star gem, battling with A&M. He's visiting this week. I think with Mateo, because we've had some guys drop off, I think we can now up our budget a little bit. I don't want to go higher than 2 bars, but there's 2 more bars of influence plus win this week against Colorado, and we'll see where it puts us. Let's go! Mateo beat Colorado, 4-star gem for our first class. Very nice. And we win the battle for the D tackle. Another 4-star, Marquise Ansah. Cool. Going into the big Texas Tech rivalry game, they've held up their end of the bargain. Number 5 team in the nation, 8-1. It's an expensive roster. We're working on becoming an expensive roster. We're 6-3. We almost upset the Oregon Ducks. But like what I've experienced so far in what you guys would have watched and our 2 rebuilds so far with Colorado and Florida, credit where credit's due. I think in like college football 25, I remember like if you simmed a game 50-50 regardless of opponent, if you're gonna lose. I feel like we're in a good spot right now where we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat, but that's like, all right, look at our 3 losses. So it's like we lost to Oregon, we played ranked Houston and got demolished, and we played ranked K-State. At least that was competitive, wasn't an ass kicking, but we're very much at a ceiling right now this season. It feels like that we can beat the teams we're expected to beat, and we can't buy an upset right now. But that could change by ruining Texas Tech's season. Let's play spoiler. This is a game that's very much going to need to be our offense against their defense. Strength on strength. Who can get the job done? Down 10-7 here in the second quarter. Oh, we run right into a wall, but Hawkins brings that power. We're at 19 yards on 11 carries. It has been hard going trying to get the football moved here. Let's go to the air. Oh, yeah, it's a great route. We'll go safe grab there, protect from getting lit up. That might have been a hospital ball if we tried to, like, catch and run with that one from the safety. To protect our players, it's another thing, another making of just an elite quarterback. One that protects. Let's go Wyatt. I want Wyatt Young going there in the middle. We're going to look at Green at tight end. Got him. Oh, yeah. Lethal combination. Got a lead. Oh, it's gone. Okay, 21-17. Come on, boys. You can do it. Come on. Oh, no. I mean, make it look respectful. I appreciate. Ooh. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah. You know what? I take away is that we're trying to reinvent Oklahoma State football. And in our 2 biggest games of the season, Oregon, Texas Tech, we belonged on the same field. All right, so we finished year 1, 8-4. We knew that we were not going to be in the conference championship, but I think for a starting point, going from a 1-win program to the insane pillaging of North Texas and all the gems that came with it to 8-4, like I think this is probably in line with the kind of turnaround Oklahoma State fans are expecting. I'd like to think you clicked on this video thinking that we weren't going to be hot doo-doo, especially with Drew Mestemaker, Caleb Hawkins, Wyatt Young, how they played very well. 3,100 yards, 33 touchdowns to 2 picks for Mestemaker. Absolute stud. Caleb Hawkins almost 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. Mestemaker had 300 yards, 5 more rushing touchdowns. And receiving just over 1,000 for Wyatt Young and 8 touchdowns. So like that core that had to be elite for us to get this turnaround going certainly did the job here in year number 1. The only bad news is like everything looks pretty good. 8-4. That's awesome. Hit a deal breaker. Championship contender deal breaker on the 4-star gem linebacker that we had committed. And he's gone. He's gone. And unfortunately, our goals, those are super difficult. That's I mean, again, on the long list of things that are very valid to complain about in the current state of this game, I mean, I'm not going to nitpick that, oh my God, the 80 expectations might not be realistic for where you're at, because it is tied to your ADs. There's going to be some impatient, unreasonable ADs that are going to give you really dumb goals. But for us, attainability, 17 turnovers on our defense, being where our defense was so much weaker than our offense, that's just not a great role. Have a coach or player win an award this season, I don't think I've got a single player yet in 2 rebuilds win an award. We had some good years. I mean, Hawkins had a hell of a year. Mestemaker had a hell of a year. Maybe they'll get an award. I certainly think, though, we are going to be bowl eligible, and we can kind of cash in that top goal of winning a bowl game. And our first bowl game here in year 1, we're going to the Alamo Bowl against Utah State. We need to smash these guys. So come on, boys. Let's get one of those AD expectations checked out. We got a first-year head coach. Let's see if we can make this unreasonable athletic director happy. Okay, trailing Utah State was not on my cards of what was going to happen here today. That's fine. We are the better team. We are the better athletes. Utah State's, they're lucky to be in a bowl game. So if we can just let our athletes show that there's levels to this. Let's go, Mestemaker to Young. Let's try again. This trio, let's keep them happy. Got them. Let's ensure that no one leaves via the portal. I need another year of this. Let me go do work in the portal to build on this core. He's just so good, dude. Accuracy, might not have the elite arm talent, but the accuracy, the timing, he's one of the best in the business. You run this score up here a little bit. Even more dominance. So you get this to Young. The O-line can hold up. Oh, we'll just take a little bit of traffic, but it's just, I don't think there's anybody on Utah State that has like more than 86 speed. Bad matchup. Bowl win secured. Year 1. Oh, that's a good year 1. 9 wins. Even though we lost to every good team we played, we were competitive in some of those losses, and we finished with the bowl win. Let's go bowling. That's some of the seniors. Seniors so happy from a 1-win team a year ago to winning the Alamo Bowl. This is for you, my boys. Unfortunately, no one got an award. I thought we would have had a chance. Again, I've yet to actually win an award in any of my rebuilds. So our job security took a little bit of hit, but we did win that first bowl game. So at bare minimum, find the positive. The best reward, the biggest Dynasty point reward, we got that in year 1. I don't want to click this. I really don't want to click this. No. We have money. We have a budget. But also, oh my God. Okay, so to navigate this, honestly, if you have a playing style deal breaker or normal dev trait, you're gone. All these juniors. We have Barnes Speedster, does have, he had a good year. I think we go 125 there. Coleman also had a good year, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. Playing style deal breaker stings a little bit, so I'm thinking maybe we can get something a little bit better on the open markets. Bad deal breaker, even if it's only bringing him back for 1. But also, we can ball here a little bit, man. We'll go 95. I'm going to give you your expected, and we'll see what happens there. Drew Mestemaker can't go anywhere. We're gonna. I'll go up to 350 there. Wyatt Young. See, now, with these two, my gut says they might be going to the NFL. I think that's something that needs to get changed. In terms of things that are broken and not broken, I think visually, we've had already in our rebuilds, juniors, like guys that are draft eligible, just hit us with like, oh, it's this deal breaker. But in the reality, like, they're going to the league, and I think they need to show that. But Wyatt Young is our top wide receiver. I think we get that into the yellow, and I think with Hawkins as well, I mean, he's going to the NFL, I think. Even as a sophomore, he's a redshirt. He's a true sophomore. You can't leave. Oh, my God, my budget. Oh, my God, he's so good. Oh, we'll try that. Oh, this is going to... it's not good. This is not good, fellas. Players leaving. We got Young. Go into the draft. See, look, again, tell me that. If you just go into the draft, it would remove a lot of anxiety, I think. Now, when we take a look at this team, we're looking fine in terms of, like, you know, okay, let's be honest, it's the big 3 here. We have the 3 big starters. This one, Barnes stings. Yes, awesome. Wyatt Young, please come back. Understandably comes back. Beautiful. Mr. Hawkins, please come back. Let's go. I'm paying you an insane amount of money. It shouldn't be that exciting. We lose Miles Coleman, who's a really nice wide receiver, too. Okay. Not bad for Mr. Wazlowski. Leaves North Texas, comes to Oklahoma State, gets drafted. Oh. We need to be aggressive. We got 1,500. 1,500 budget. I think we can work with that. Now, it's like, what kind of players? We had a good year. I think we should be in. Where's the 4 stars? Not expecting a lot. I was expecting some to have a lot of interest. And we got a lot of numbers we got to make out. We want the small recruiting class. Oh, boy. Okay, we're going to have to do some homework here. We got to be ruthless. We got to be clinical. We got to find great players. We don't even have any. There we go. We got Michael Hawkins. Okay, we got a couple 4s. It's not great. It's definitely not great, but it's about finding the fits, finding the value. You can do that. I think we'll be all right. All right, so we're into the transfer portal here. I've gone through, I've studied. I think we got like an interesting class. I'll tell you right now, though. I like to think that I'm pretty on the up and up when it comes to college football players. How come it was not brought to my attention that there's a human being named Keldrick Luster at quarterback of Ball State that's 5'10", 248? With college football 27 coming to PC, I think that's going to be our pink slip quarterback. But, I mean, we're not here trying to meme. We're trying here to build the best team possible. We do need a quarterback. I think we do need a little bit of cover. I'm actually going after a guy that was really overpowered in last year's game, Austin Carlisle. I believe he was at Houston. I know he's a super fast quarterback. Plus, we have top 10 interest. He only costs 5 NIL. We want to budget the NIL, but I don't say budget in the sense that I don't want to spend anything. I just want to try to get value. Honestly, very easy player pool for me to target here. Because when we're early on in a rebuild, I want to get 0 NIL freshman transfer portal players. Guys that are potentially going to be on my team for 3 seasons, because you always have a lot of roster turnovers. You get rid of, the guys that have like really bad deal breakers, playing style deal breakers, championship contender, coach prestige, like things that just are completely unreasonable to have year 1 in a rebuild. So as many freshmen that I can target really in the first 2 transfer portals is always going to be my goal. So we're just kind of going after like a wide net approach. We're not going to get all of them, but I think if we can get most of them. But we also are going to be dropping a couple bags. We're going to try and see where we can get on Dwayne Galloway. 115 expected NIL. I'm going to go with a full 50 hours. A freshman transfer. He actually looks pretty nice. Has that A+ playing time as well. I don't know a lot about the ratings, but I know Ben Minich, I think he's a Notre Dame transfer. He's one of the fastest safeties in the game as a sophomore. Only 0 NIL, so I am very interested. We're already within his top 10 as well. Christian Jones, a 4-star freshman linebacker. If he comes in, he would be a day 1 starter for us. We're going to drop a bag here on Walter Cannon at defensive tackle, a 4-star base. We need D-tackle. We need a guy that can come start at defensive tackle. So he'd probably be the belle of the ball, I think, ultimately, of this recruiting class. If not him, I think you could look at JT Lindsey, the running back. I believe he's from Ole Miss. I think Hawkins, as a sophomore, he's going to go to the NFL next year. We have 1 more year of Hawkins. If I can land this freshman running back, they could be a good part of like a 1-2 punch, 1-2 tandem, and then be like an all-out bell cow starter. The same way that we kind of had with our Florida Gators rebuild that we just did, where we had Jaden Baugh, and then we got Jared Gibson from Purdue in the transfer portal. And, Baugh's, he made the thumbnail. He's like the best player on the Florida Gators, one of the best running backs in the nation. And then maybe it was Gibson, the transfer, that ended up having the more impact in the rebuild. I feel like Lindsey might have that opportunity if we can get him to succeed. Caleb Hawkins. I'll not forget this, Dwayne Galloway, locking me out. I'm the only team that was interested out of your pipeline, but still. Let's go. Probably the second best player from our transfer portal list. Locks in the running back, JT Lindsey. We get number 1, Walter Cannon, the D-tackle from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Wild spot to put one of the best D-tackles in the portal. But come on down. We got ourselves a fun dual-threat backup quarterback. Maybe potential successor to Drew Mestemaker. Who knows? We get another 4-star target in Christian Jones, the linebacker. I think he's from the Cornhuskers. Nebraska. Our class has been decided. I'm going to say we're in the 30s. Be my guess. Ooh, just inside at number 26. Not bad. 800 points spent. I like the fact that we have a better class than Pitt spent more than us. Minnesota spent more than us. Virginia Tech way down there spent more than 27 3-stars. Tell you right now, like how these teams are recruiting in like, dude, this is like, everyone knows the issue right now with scouting, right? And how recruiting and all that stuff is kind of busted in dynasty mode. But it's like, the teams you're seeing from like 30 on, between 30 and 50, where they're getting like well into the 20s and into the 30s of 3-stars, we just need that across the board. And like, that's like almost the drop-off. It's like every team outside the top 50, like once you get 4 or 5 years in your dynasty, just completely falls off. And like, you're kind of seeing it from a number standpoint when those 3s start to go to 2s. And those 2-stars start to go to just not nearly enough signings. And then you have Ball State losing their 250-pound 5'10" quarterback and only bringing in 5 players on 15 NIL. Regardless, I feel pretty good about our class. We got Carlisle, Impact Dev, Singleton, Impact. Honestly, the dev trade doesn't really matter to me. I just kind of want to stack as many we got a normal here. I just want to stack as many freshmen and sophomores that we can kind of stash on the roster. But a lot of them do have dev traits. Impact Devs, I wonder if there's a correlation to like freshmen that have dev traits might be more inclined to hit the transfer portal if they're like buried on a depth chart or whatever. But hey, not bad. We got a couple normal, but way more impacts than normal. Star dev on Christian Jones, a freshman linebacker. Let's go. Impact on Lindsey Cannon has a star dev as well. So that is very much we got quantity for sure in our transfer portal, but the quality, the big spending, we got 2 star devs and an impact. Ain't too mad at that. Looking at our actual class here, ooh, starting with a normal. You don't love that. I also don't love my gems when they're 3 stars being impacts. Come on. Shoot for the stars. Give me some star dev, guys. Couple normals, couple impacts. Ugh. So, of course, the 4-star gem we get is the lowest possible dev trait. But, either way, really good class, really good starting class. And I think the big win is, you know, keeping our guys out of the transfer portal at the end of the season. This was just icing on the cake. So we'll say a big bummer coming out of trade camp. Just because you get a good player, just because you get a great dev trait role on a freshman, doesn't mean you go 3 for 3. And unfortunately, with Walter Candy, the skill caps are brutal, man. Like quickness, like even upgrading all 3 of those is probably not gonna get. It might get his rating up, go up 1, and they're super expensive. Doubling up on power, I assume we'll get 40 points, so like that will certainly help. But look, we can max out run stopping, very low IQ, very low pass rushing, even though 92 power move is very nuts on a freshman, well, redshirt freshman. But I mean, his ceiling's like 88, and that'll be as good as he ever gets. But we also have gone into the architect tree with our coach, and that can potentially increase some skill caps if we start winning some more games. Ooh, I got the same thing on Lindsey, man. Skill caps are rough out here. Luckily, we'll be able to get 86, maybe 87 if we upgrade both into power there. Dang. Okay, also, in terms of just develop, Wyatt Young's fine. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game, but he was also maxed out skill caps, so stings that we're not really going to be able to improve there. So looking at the Austin Carlisle backup quarterback, 93 speed, 95 acceleration, 88 agility, 85 juke. All elusiveness is pretty good. 88 ball carrier vision, 76 carrying. And then you look, it's like, oh, he has 81 throw power. Like, this kid, I mean, I might move him to running back next year. At least we'll be down by Drew Mestemaker, star dev quarterback, former 1-star. We got good skill caps here. Ooh. We have enough to go 1 in power. Oh, there we go. Get him to 90. 1 in power, and we can go 2 in accuracy. Oh, it went up to 9. Okay, we can go 1 in power. Whatever, 91. It's fine. So as we go to year number 2 here with Oklahoma State, I feel pretty good. I think the only thing that's weird vibes is that we know it's probably going to be the last year that we have Young at wide receiver, Mestemaker quarterback, Hawkins at running back. My expectations, all the boys are going to head towards the NFL. Our offensive line regressed from a year ago. I think maybe overall our wide receiver room is better. I'd like to think our defense is better. But it's like, it's the weird thing about doing college football rebuilds. Like, this is going to be probably the best this team, or the best players this team's going to have. I have zero expectation that we're going to win a national championship this year. I think maybe we could, maybe surprise in the Big 12. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really going to change this custom schedule up too much. We got, Arkansas for an out-of-conference game. Then we run through West Virginia, Arizona, TCU, Baylor, Cincinnati. Those are going to be all matchups that are tricky. I can see us winning all those. We got a random Temple game, week 9. But then, it's always, that backstretch. We get Utah, BYU. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, in terms of Big 12 opponents, I think we got a favorable role for the locked-in games. BYU's the only preseason rated team. I could totally see, Iowa State. I could totally see Utah. I could totally see maybe TCU getting a ranking at some point. But, here's the thing you gotta understand. This reminds me a little bit of Colorado. When we did a Colorado rebuild, we won a national championship in 3 years. 2 of those 3 years, we got bad rolls of Big 12 opponents. And/or those Big 12 teams were actually, really freaking good. And then the year that we actually went surprisingly and got our national championship, I felt like we had a role like this. Where it's all right, we have our Big 12 games, and, we don't have to run into Texas Tech, or we don't have to run into Houston, 2 teams that usually have some sort of rating. So, there's a shot that, we don't have to play. BYU was pretty good, but we don't have to play, potentially, the best team in the Big 12 that would cause us trouble till maybe the Big 12 championship. So that is going into our favor. We have the best quarterback in the conference, the best quarterback, wide receiver, running back, best skill position players in the conference. Can that carry us on a run here this season? We'll find out. And then I would say, looking at our recruiting, I want to go the same approach, man. I don't ever want to, especially now that I've been in the weeds a little bit testing with some 0- and 1-star programs. 1,400, 1,500 NIL, I ain't going to complain about that. That is a good budget, but it's not an insane budget to go crazy. So I still think we are at a program progress point where we need to still mix in, affordable, 0 expected NIL players. Don't really go after anything too crazy on the 4 stars. And all the 4 stars, I have at least a tier 4 pipeline here. Texas and or Oklahoma. Got a 4-star quarterback, Skukanik. I assume Mestemaker's going to go after this season, so I would like to have a somewhat upsidey quarterback in the pipeline. We did get Carlisle in the transfer portal, but I have better vibes about him maybe making a running back run for us than I would him being at quarterback. We had Zeke Holt here, 4-star running back with 94 speed. We got 2 burners at wide receiver. I don't love paying NIL for 3 stars. I gotta be honest. But when you get a gem that has great speed, you gotta go for it. Look at this guy, 96 speed at 6'3". Quincy Omenahu. We got a gem, couple gems. I wish I had a little bit better hit rate finding gems, but I do feel like I usually get 3 or 4 during the and we don't have a crazy amount of recruiting hours for this early stage to kind of check the board. But this guy, the 2 4-stars I have on defense look special. Lee Archibald, a 4-star gem from Stillwater, Oklahoma. I want to get him. I don't know if the Sooners are also in on him. Of course they are. We'll just be aggressive. We got to be aggressive. Look at that. 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 81 strength. Every stat is above a 70 that you would want for. That is an incredibly well-rounded player. Signal caller and lurker at linebacker are my 2 favorite archetypes this year. And then we have Beckford at safety, same kind of vibes. Maybe not elite, no gem or anything like that. Could be, it would be nice to maybe see that speed go into the 90s, but every stat that you really care about, 76 man, 78 zone, 76 tackle, good athlete. We got a couple fun players here I hope we can bring home. Alrighty, expectations have been set, and oh boy, I want that top one. So fortunately, 17 turnovers on defense. That's probably not a super high hit rate. Be ranked in the top 15 at any point in the season. We get 250. Again, if we can get hot, we can get through that stretch till, that the Utah BYU games get mixed in late season. Maybe we can make a go for it. Win 75% of your conference games this season and get 5. That's one we got to hit. We have got to hit that. 75% of our conference games. So that means 75. Okay. We got a nice little turnpike classic here to start. 75%. West Virginia should be a win. Arizona should be a win. TCU, we'll say toss-up. Baylor should be a win. Cincinnati should be a win. Utah toss-up. BYU toss-up. Iowa State toss-up. Probably Kansas should be a win. Well, my math might, maybe. I'm going to say confident. I'm confident we can hit that. But you never know. All right, let's go, man. Turnpike Classic to kick the season off. The hell's a Turnpike Classic? I get it, both Oklahoma. It's not American. I still get Tulsa. Oklahoma State probably don't like each other. Got him. Wyatt Young, make that grab. Beautiful. I mean, again, just come on. What's going on, Sim? We were like the best skill position players in all of college. Tulsa's giving us trouble? You know what? It is still a rivalry game. We'll show them respect. We just got to pull away here in the second half. Yeah, now we go. Warm night through butter right now. Here we go. This kind of game, too, like, hey, Mestemaker, you want to, like, get in the Heisman conversation? Kick the crap out of Tulsa, please. Batman, good pocket. Able to find. Ooh, it's God. I mean, again, what is this, like a 92 rated wide receiver? Should look like this. I feel like a 50 bomb, inappropriate, confidence-building win. Feel real good about those goals. Nice little Turnpike Bowl game victory. That guy's evil looking, though. Holy, that guy's evil. Turnpike Classic goes to the Cowboys. Convincing win. We're ready for Big 12 play. Sweet. There you go. That's how you start a season. 5 touchdowns, Wyatt Young. And I only got 2 of those, I think, to him. Everything else was Sim. This guy's, he's ready to go. Pretty cool that I really, after one win, nice win, dominating win, we're already ranked at number 25. And I think that tells me, while we started preseason unranked, that we were like, we must have been right there. Because, I mean, a Tulsa win, does that really make anything crazy? But it puts into perspective being ranked in the top 15 at any point this season. You know, we're starting at 25 now as we get into a stretch that I would view as the winnable stretch. Like, I think if we can, Arkansas, I mean, it's SEC game, but Arkansas is a little bit on the lower side of SEC play. But I think, like, we beat Arkansas, we beat West Virginia, we beat Arizona. I think TCU could be tricky, but, like, 4-0 at, we could be pushing 15. Like, we could cash in on that 80 expectation and then be playing with house money a little bit. And still none of the, I mean, it's still super early, but Utah, I thought they could potentially get ranked at some point, starting out 0-, on the big L. Maybe not. Iowa State 2-0, they could be ranked. But I feel pretty good here. We were able to win an epic shootout against Arizona, which, Arizona's, that should have been a more winnable game. But it has us as number 18 ranked against our first big challenge of the season, TCU. The tail tape should be a good one. Should be a good one. And I'm willing to nail better in overtime, 34-31. Thank you, Drew Mestemaker, for not turning the football over. Schedule update. We're number 17. We play Baylor this week. They're 4-1. They have the best record out of any team on our schedule. I think we got a good roll at Utah. Kind of stinks this year. We win this one, we might get that goal of getting 15th, which would be very nice. And then I kind of feel like we're playing with house money a little bit, but like play with house money. We're probably, if this was real life, Oklahoma State would be favorites in every game on their schedule, and we are undefeated at 5-0. It reminds me of Colorado. You know, we did Gators Rebuild, and Gators Rebuild took us a little bit longer, took us more years to finally win because we got SEC schedule, and it felt like every year, last 5 games of the regular season were against all ranked teams. Sometimes the Big 12's good, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Shout out Gattuso. That's kind of where we're at right now. Like, at the way BYU's playing, they're probably not going to be ranked by the time we play. We might have a full Big 12 schedule where we do not play a single ranked team all year until probably the conference championship. I imagine Texas Tech is probably playing pretty well. Either 4-1. Texas Tech's 4-1. Colorado's undefeated. Kansas State's undefeated. So, again, we literally got the perfect Big 12 roll. We need to capitalize on it. Just sim, but I'm going to imagine we just beat Baylor if Drew Mestemaker's getting Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week. What a performance. Holy, 55-52. No defense being played here. DJ, I don't like seeing that. I'm not a DJ Legway fan no longer. But Mestemaker went off. He had, oh my God, dude. 6 total touchdowns. 400 some yards. What a stud. 2 touchdowns for you. I went with the defense. Even if we give 55, but do we at least, like, get after it a little bit? We have the turnover goal that we want to try to hit. Did we get at least any fumbles? No, we didn't get any, but whatever. With that, we are now number 14 in the nation. One of our 80 expectations is cashed. And we land the number 1 recruit, number 1 target on our board, Lee Archibald, the 4-star gem, all-rounded linebacker from Oklahoma. Did we get the safety this week, too? Damn it. And we've actually fallen. No. I mean, the good news is for the running back, we're looking like we'll probably get him next week. And the quarterback, LSU might come and snag him. That'd be annoying. You know what? No, he visits us before he visits them. So I feel pretty good there. But for the safety, this is tricky. Because there is a decent gap between us and Texas. Texas has a better pipeline. If he doesn't commit and comes to our visit, I think maybe we could flip him there. But I don't really want to, like, up the scholarship a whole lot. Our scholarship budget, I mean, I could probably go to 2. I don't want to be dropping 200 points. In my opinion, my methodology, my principles, if you're a gem player, and I know that I may be chasing dev trading good skill caps, I'll break the bank. If you're a really good, just, I don't know nothing about you in terms of dev trade or gem, or you didn't get scouted as a gem, you know, you could price yourself out pretty quickly, and I'll step back and let them go elsewhere. Here we go. That's a good win. Zeke Holt coming in from Paris, Texas. We got Temple this week. We're going to belt the ass Temple here, but we have Beckford and Skukenik coming in on visits. Can we inspire them to sign with the good guys? Unfucking real. Come on! Come for a visit, we win, and then you go, nah, actually, I'm going LSU. Maybe we didn't win in style enough, didn't put up enough style points for the number 10 rated Oklahoma State. This team had 1 win 2 years ago, and you don't want to be a part of this upward trajectory? You don't want to take over for Mestemaker as he looks like he's got to be a lock to go in the first round? All right, not my problem. We'll go to the portal again. And for my coach, how I'm really taking advantage of having the architect tree available. So I'm trying right now with my points. It's expensive. It takes 55 points to kind of get the first 2, which is what I want. Really, I want tier 3. I want tier 3 on all of these. That is what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be honest, this might be the only game we could lose. We'll hop in and we'll get a front row seat to this one in case that maybe ups the difficulty a little. What's Arkansas State being ranked for the college football playoff against Georgia? That's wild. I do think, though, like, we're not being overvalued. I remember when we did Colorado, Big 12, I felt like when we've had an easier schedule, we'd be like 5th, 4th, 3rd in the nation. I think 9's about fair, considering we've not played any team that's sniffing even a meaningful bowl game at any point in this season. BYU could be tricky, at least from like a roster talent standpoint. They're probably the most talented team we're going to go up against. Oh, sim never changed. Look, I mean, this is the only, I think, like, just from straight simming, if it's anything like Madden, you get a different experience when you hop in here. And I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm trying to see, can we lose? I think I knew what was happening. I don't necessarily want to be going undefeated, but also to just get cheeks clapped at home to ruin your perfect season against the only talented roster on the schedule kind of stings. I think we played well enough, though, that we can afford a shit loss and still be in contention for Big 12 championship. How did I know this was going to happen if I did it this way? It is... I hate how predictable this was for me to put in this video. Being like, hey, maybe we could lose to BYU. Could they end our undefeated season? How about I hop in and play the moments and see what happens? Shocking. Luckily, now we're just back to simming, able to bounce back against a tricky Iowa State opponent, and now we go into the regular season finale, number 10 rated against Kansas. Now, Kansas isn't bad, man. They could play spoiler here. Kansas are 5-6, but they're 4-4 in conference play. Looking at the top, right now it is very clearly us and Kansas State, but if we lose, that opens the door for Houston and Texas Tech to win and potentially leapfrog us in terms of Big 12. Oh, that would be annoying. There's only one way to see if organically we deserve to be this good year 2 of this rebuild. And we're on the road. Everything is going in the favor of Kansas to play spoiler here. Trap game. But I don't think Drew Mestemaker is going to want to let us down here. And also, with our record right now where it is, we got that big 80 expectation of winning 75% of our Big 12 matchups, which is huge. I would love a couple more turnovers here today to see if we can go 3 for 3. I've yet to go 3 for 3 on all of my 80 expectations in a singular rebuild, but Kansas State being tricky. Again, this sim can be ruthless. It's not bad though. It's not automatic. How many national championships have we won primarily simming? But oh no, dude, we are. Oh, I can't. I don't think I can. Just let me get one throw in. One throw in. Whatever happens, happens. Let me just see if I can get something to Young. Oh, I don't want to lose, but I feel like we deserve to lose. This needs to be a winning game. We got X. Mestemaker. No. Oh, he breaks the tackle. There's still too much time. That is our speedster. Come on, boys. I can't help you any more than that. I think we got a safety or a field goal, late field. What there? Oh no, we got a late score. Okay, we ran it up a little bit, made it look disrespectful. I mean, we're probably not going to improve in the polls too much. We probably don't deserve to, but look at that. Caleb Hawkins hat trick, over 100 yards. We needed that. So I would say, look at this. I mean, that's not going to matter. I don't know if the Big 12 championship game would affect conference games. Either way, we lose. We're still going to be above 75%. We are 2 turnovers short. Maybe it will count the Big 12 championship. I think it does, or else there'd be a red X there right now. So, number 8 Oklahoma, number 7 Kansas State. Need to win, want to win. Bare minimum in a loss. A silver lining would be if we can get 2 turnovers and at least hit all 3 of our expectations here. You also got to worry too, man. If we don't win, is that going to smash us out of playoff spot? Now, Houston is at that cutoff at 12. Now, I don't know tiebreakers and stuff. Boise State might get in over Houston or whatever the hell. But you'd like to think even if we lose, we won't fall below Houston. So if like 12's our floor, win or lose, we could be in the playoffs. I don't know. It's close. Let's just win. I think it's fair to play the moments here. Like, if we're viewing this within the context, I don't know. The hardest thing about college football rebuilds right now, where really 3 stars is the only viable option to make content. Really, if you just want to play the game, I think anything less than 3 stars right now in this game current state is losing money. I get the idea and the optics of winning early. It's like, oh, well, you're already good 2 years in. Well, yeah, because I'm kind of taking over teams that are more just fun rebuilds, not let's endure and suffer the grind of not being good until way later. And the reality is, if we're going to put this in Madden context, our team's probably going to be as good as, like, this is going to be the peak of our team, year 2. We're going to lose Mestemaker, Wyatt Young, and Caleb Hawkins. And while we may overall have stronger teams, like if we don't win it all this year and we have to, say year 5, I have a couple of recruiting classes, we could pop off in the transfer portal a little bit. It'd be naive to say that we're going to have the overall rating and game-changing playmaking ability of the skill position players that we have right now. So, gotta need to be winning right now. If we weren't winning right now with Oklahoma State, with the players that we have, I think there'd be more complaints like, why are your good players sucking? And right now, in the sim that we could not beat BYU, arguably the most talented skill position Oklahoma State Cowboy team in decades. With Mestemaker could be a first-round pick. Young could be a first-round pick. Hawkins, if the needs of teams need a running back, could be a first-round pick. We are Big 12 champions. We earned it. We've secured a berth in the college football playoff. I'm gonna be honest. I'd love to cash this one in. I'd love to just win it right now. But we have a lot of work needs to be done because we can play like this in the sim against the number 7 ranked Kansas State. We could absolutely get hot and win the playoff. We've also seen in the sim, we lost to unranked BYU and it wasn't even close. So, what Oklahoma State's going to show up? But in our biggest moment of the rebuild, even if this rebuild goes 10 years, this is the team, I think, to win it. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick for Mestemaker. We also, Hawkins, I mean, look at that. But Mestemaker, you got to count the dual threat ability. Even though he's not really a dual threat, I do think he scrambles a little bit in real life. I think it's maybe more, honestly, Carlisle, the due threat quarterback, if Mestemaker does leave, we don't win this year. I mean, he could thrive in this scheme and system. Did we get the 2 turnovers we needed on defense? Oh, we're going to be 1 short. Damn. So going 2 for 3 on 80 expectations is not bad. I actually hate that turnover. That's not the first time I've seen. It's like 17 turnovers is not... I would honestly say at the beginning of the year, not even knowing how good we were going to go, or not even knowing the strength of schedule and the good role that we're going to get there, I would say that the 17 turnovers was going to be the most difficult. So luckily, it was the least rewarding. We cash the 2 big ones. It's 750 extra Dynasty points getting brought into the program. That's going to be huge. Did we get a bye? I think we did. Number 3 rated, Oklahoma State, 12-1. Looking at the old bracket here. Even better, dude. And we await the winner. South Carolina 10-3, UCLA 10-2. Bring them on. Look at this bracket. We've got Ohio State. I would love to see Ohio State lose. But I know the cheat teams. Miami is undefeated, but they're on the other side of the bracket. We could potentially avoid them to the national championship. I feel at least good for our quarterfinal matchup. I'll put it that way. Okay? I mean, now, also, by the way, UCLA is like, from a starting standpoint, to be 2 years into. For them, like, who else is rebuilding in this video? Like, UCLA is probably even worse off than Oklahoma State. And how are they right here with us? UCLA stop winning so early? They got competent, 51% completion percentage quarterback play. The run game's pretty nice. Khalil Valentine at running back was solid. They have Kenneth Moore at wide receiver, a freshman. Went over 1,000 yards. They got Brady, nice play there from their tight end. Fox Flores. Defensively, ooh, okay. Pretty terrifying. They got Rod Present, who's been like one of the fastest DBs in college football for the last couple of years. But look at this pass rush. 20 sacks. Sahir West, 13 sacks from Ryan McCullough. Note to self. I don't know how, but whatever UCLA got going on, scheme fit wise, good God. If we're gonna be realistic. Realistically, I think we should win this game. I think we're probably gonna get smashed by Ohio State. And it's gonna suck that this golden generation is probably not winning a national championship, and I'm trying to inspire them right now by doubting them. But they're gonna lay the groundwork for the rest of this rebuild, man. We got obviously almost 1,000 NIL bucks coming in, which in turn might be able to convince some of these guys to. I'll up an offer for all the big dogs. Obviously, Young's a senior. He's got a little bit of Mestemaker. If I can pay him enough to get him in return for 1 more year, I will break the bank. I will pay all the bonus bucks that I just got to try to convince him to stay. But these guys are laying the groundwork, man. You get a Sugar Bowl win, go deep in the college football playoff. Those guys are leaving Oklahoma State better than what they found it. And I think that'd be a great point here. And our defense is showing up. Our offense absolutely not, dude. 0 points. I'm gonna have to come help them out here. Now, UCLA, we clearly saw their defense is absolutely terrifying. So, if UCLA was going to be winning this game, it makes sense that it's their defense just suffocating our offense. What kind of play is this? All right, looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's snap the ball here. Right bumper, right bumper, right bumper, right bumper, right bumper. Played to the sidelines. Oh! Oh, what? I inspired them. I don't know what I did to inspire that, but we will take it. Third and 7. I don't know if anybody here is getting depth to get a first down. Top of the screen. Come back to it. Oh, good grab. Great throw. Clutch. I don't love the fact that our quarterback only has 88 passing yards. Can we end it up? Can we end it? Close it. Close it. Close it off. Close it off. Close it off. Close it off. There we go. Ugly win. I like that. I love that performance. I don't necessarily love the fact that my offense severely underwhelmed, but I love the fact that UCLA, equally as shocking that in year 2 they're at this point in the college football playoff, but they had a terrifying defense, and their terrifying defense showed up. We were able to just find a little bit of magic. Maybe the difference maker is the fact that Mestemaker, even though he had a bad game, had a good drive, had a gotta-have-it drive a clutch drive. And we got a Sugar Bowl victory right here, fellas. And we are going on in the college football playoff with this golden generation of Oklahoma State Cowboys. Shout out to Kobe Foreman, man. National Defensive Player of the Week in the playoffs. 8 tackles, 2 PBUs, and a huge INT in that win. And as much as I just gave credit to UCLA's defense, our defense didn't give up a touchdown. Of course, it was going to be Ohio State. Yeah, we got nothing to lose. What do we have here from the tail team? Now, Ohio State's lost. A lot of times Ohio State's going to these playoffs undefeated. They are 12-2. They are beatable. Davian St. Clair at quarterback. I like Drew Mestemaker a little bit more. Points per game, exactly the same. Yards per game, generally the same. Give them an advantage running the football, though. That definitely is enough to skew in their direction. They have a better defense. Obviously, they do. But look at the yards. We have a better scheme. Our players are buying in. But this got to be close, I think. I picked Oklahoma State because I knew this could happen. I knew that it was a team coming off one loss that had pieces on the roster, that the challenge in this rebuild was NIL. Could I retain and get multiple years, multiple opportunities with the insane talent that Oklahoma State has brought in real life with Mestemaker? This is what we wanted. College football playoff semifinal. A lot of the other 3-star, I've seen Pitt, I've seen Minnesota, I've seen Florida State. All those, they do not have the core and the expectations that Oklahoma State had for me when I was starting this rebuild. Oh, come on, there we go. Both teams starting out with touchdowns. I love the fact our defense is just not getting at least blown out of the water, and it's not every drive. All right, we're down 7. Feels like a great opportunity. People always say C4 play a little bit more gameplay. Well, if you want to see me play a little bit more gameplay, you got to expect maybe we'll win sooner, and the rebuilds won't be as grindy. But again, this is the time. Out of all the rebuilds, I'm only planning on doing 3 stars for right now until there's a title update or some comms on recruiting. And of all the 3-star rebuilds, that I'd be perfectly fine winning sooner. Oh, that's a tight window. All right, we got to hop in here. People always say C4 play a little bit more gameplay. Okay, well, maybe we'll probably win sooner if I'm playing a little bit more and not putting the hands of 7. We are down 7. Oh, we go to the running back. Hawkins, let's go. Out of all of the, I'm only doing 3-star rebuilds right now. Out of all the 3-star rebuilds, the only one that I've kind of already looked at and like, I got a list. I got a short list of teams I want. I think the only one that I'd be fine winning early, winning all guys, you know, quicker video, is Oklahoma State. Because you want to win with this core. This core is good enough to carry this team. We are very legitimately have earned our way to this point. Oh, here we go. There we go. 14 straight points, Oklahoma State. Oh, no, our defense shows up. 21-21. Fuck it, man. Go ahead, dude. My kids are bugging me already to go outside. If I can cast this in to win a national championship, we could go do something for the afternoon. Point being, if you're watching this, go this is an early one. This could be a rebuild. Could be. Still a whole 4th quarter, we can shit the bed. But if we go on and win, I'm ready to embrace more challenging rebuilds. I'm ready to embrace rebuilds that might take 5 seasons, 6 seasons, 5-hour-long videos. I did not pick Oklahoma State rebuild with that as my first mission. Always a chance. If we didn't win in this window, we were going to have to hit the reset button a little bit. Still have a lot of football to play, but I truly believe Oklahoma State is good enough to win a national championship. Stuff. Oh, double superb! Oh, too early, dude. We're scoring too early. Highest rated running back in the nation. Continuing the pipeline of iconic, legendary Oklahoma State running backs: Chuba Hubbard, Barry Sanders, Justice Hill. I don't have as much ball knowledge to remember anybody else, but there's definitely been others. No, we'll do it again. All right, no problem. We have no timeouts midfield. Down 7. I think we just gotta work the sidelines. Be smart. Oh! Come on. I mean, at this point, let's just start to air it out. Oh my God. Yes! Yes! Last read. My last read on the freaking pass. We fucking missed the extra point! Guys, you can't go to the beach. Game sucks. Game fucked me. Sorry, guys. That was still... What a fun way to... What a fun way to exit the playoffs. Mestemaker, hell of a year. 32 touchdowns, 7 picks. Caleb Hawk. Good news. The good news. As long as these guys... I mean, they're probably going to the NFL. But I'm going to be backing up the Brinks truck. Try to keep all our studs here. Now, Wyatt Young, senior... Appreciate you. You know, the North Texas connection coming to Oklahoma State. Thank you very much. Cannon, the big nose tackle. His skill caps suck ass, but I don't care. If you're getting me 10, double-digit, 310-pound monster. Thank you very much. I love the... Something that I will say is weird, though. I have noticed, maybe it's just Colorado and Florida so far, that our pass rush in the sim has mostly come from our D tackles. I've yet to have, like, the UCLA, like, insane performance from... your actual edge rushers. Shout out Christian Jones. Big transport gift for us. 100 tackles, 4 TFLs, 3 picks. Appreciate that. That was money well spent. A couple first-team All-Americans. Big 12. Bodnar at free safety. Chisholm at Mike. Canyon at defensive tackle. We get Wyatt Young at wide receiver. Caleb Hawkins at running back. Wow, the disrespect to Mestemaker. Well, you can see that number. While we ignore the college football playoff file that we should have been in, $3,100. So we could review our blueprint for next season. I think that this may be an area where we could hit the nitrous. I definitely am going to tell you right now, with both those OC and DC's contract expiring, because our coach does not have anything in recruiting, I'm 100% getting an elite recruiter in OC and DC. I do think we save some of these points to reinvest and get better upgrades here. I think getting more recruiting hours will be huge. Maybe even lowering NIL expectations would be something that would be worth investing in next season. So looking at our roster management, I know Foreman was like one of our best performing DBs, so I definitely want to up his price a little bit. Powell at wide receiver. I mean, it's... I thought, why can I only go up to 10? It's weird. All right, we'll see what happens there. We have Barnes at wide receiver. I think for that price point, I know he's pretty close to his skill caps. I think I got to just leave that as is. Maybe he'll come back, maybe not. We got Hawkins and Mestemaker. I don't... Hawkins, I mean, he's going to the NFL. There's 0%. That's what that's telling me. So we kind of leave that where it's at. You know what? I'll go up to 65 just in case he doesn't. But Mestemaker, on the other hand, dude, if we can keep him... I'll go up to 450. We can keep him from going to the league. We might fucking... I think we'll be right back in it next year. All right, drum roll, please. Oh, no. Hawkins, first round pick. Mestemaker, second round pick. I think we do. We go for like, all right, so we have... All right, let's get the nose out of the way right now. There we go. We got... we actually recruited him. He was a GMD tackle. Happy to keep him. None? Really, none? That's what you're saying? So what about Barnes? Extremely low? All right, here we go. Come on. Come on. Second round, I'll get you the first round. You come back, I will get you into the first round, sir. Come on. If this game wants to make up missing a fucking extra point, costing me a chance to at least go to overtime. You're going to let Drew Mestemaker on a very low chance come back for one more year. It makes sense, dude. Second round. Come back. Let's go win a natty, and then you'll be a round one guy. Fuck. Lose the big three. They do leave Oklahoma State better than where they left it. We got, I don't know how we only went up half a star prestige. I feel like we should be a full 4-star right now. But we're getting a lot of NIL back that we had allocated to these guys. They earned us a lot more NIL. You know, look at that. We're getting like 1,000 back in the bank. We're getting, oh yeah, almost 1,000 between what we offered Hawkins and Mestemaker. We go invest that. You know, we might be, as long as we get a roll, as long as we get a transfer portal roll, I think we're going to have the funds to throw haymakers some bigger programs. And working my way through the point, we got a couple nice targets. I love the fact that the 4-stars that want to come to Oklahoma State, or at least have us in, you know, the respectable top 3, top 5, it's all plague style deal breakers. I want nothing to do with these jackasses. This is what I like to see. The reputation of our prolific offense. We are in on pretty much every top tier wide receiver. Now we just got to find which ones aren't, you know, troublemakers. And the same can be said for quarterback. We're going shopping. See if there's any of these guys that I've actually heard of. That could be fun to go. Bryce Baker sounds familiar. Don't want anyone with a bad deal breaker. Who wants to come to the most quarterback-friendly scheme and system in the nation? Mansky, we got Rock. So a lot of these guys are just generated guys that I want to leave. We got Alahado from Hawaii. He went to Oregon. He's bouncing. Championship contender. We got Caden Creel. We got Dylan Raiola. And we have Maples. Chuck Maples. Oh, I almost just want to see what that is. But I mean, Raiola. We're looking for Reynolds. And we're within his top 10. I know he has a really fun skill set. But what about Chuck Maples? What's going on with Chuck Maples? I don't know if I could get into the bidding war with those top schools, though. I think we... Oh, see, it's like... So looking at who's available, it's going to be a gamble here. I'm going to go Raiola. I think the other quarterbacks, with their freshmen, I don't have the points really to scout. I don't love the archetypes of some of the other 5-star freshman guys. So I think Raiola, we're 8th. It's going to be hard. There's a lot... Like, we're going to have to be quick. I'm going to have to see where this puts us. We might actually even get locked out. In terms of other, we're going Gatlin Bear, one of the fastest wide receivers. I think he's an Oregon Duck. A couple 4-stars, though. I mean, we need to... I don't want to step back, man. There's going to be natural regression losing what we lost. But I think if we could do some damage here in the transfer portal, we could be right back to where we want to be very quickly. But we got to find a quarterback. Fortunately, we got locked out of a 5-star tackle. That would have been sick. We also got locked out of a whatever, like a lowly linebacker that I only put on there. But massive jumps up to be the number 1 for Ben Hanks, 4-star corner. Probably have to cut our losses on Manson there. We got Outry. We're in his top 5. We're working on it. That's going to be pretty difficult considering all the teams ahead of us have much better pipelines. So we'll probably have to cut our losses there. Probably have to cut our losses on Lamb. Yeah, you got to just look at the right of the wall. But look, we're in a great spot for Williams-Wanyeri. The big update, though, look at the gaining on Mr. Raiola. Number 1, and we leapfrogged all those teams that have better pipelines. That's what happens when you get your offers in early. This could be looking good. I think if we get Raiola, we're not going to be as good as we were with Drew Mestemaker. I think we could have same expectations to get back to where we were last year if we get Raiola. And he's a win-now quarterback. All right, we have no signings going into the fourth of the week. Let's see, though. Let's react. We get Ben Hanks, our top DB. 4-star, very nice. Griffin, I actually lost him during our first recruiting cycle. We get Mason Maine, a 4-star defensive tackle. We get Williams-Wanyeri. That's a big get for us. He's going to be a day 1 starter. Going to need to be. We get a 4-star guard, Champ. I'm going to butcher your last name, sir. We get 4-star Will Black, London. We get 4-star tight end, Caleb Hack. We needed tight ends. We added depth there. We get 4-star wide receiver, Malik Shah. We get Tate Reynolds at quarterback. This was my backup option. This is a freshman. I wanted to get Raiola, who's going to be a one and done, and I wanted to get a quarterback in the pipeline that wasn't really getting a lot of attention on the trail. And we get both quarterbacks. The method has worked. We get Gatlin Bear. I was a little bit worried because he hit a deal breaker with us, but we were still leading for him, so we just left him as is on the board, and we get one of the fastest. I think he actually has 99 speed. Okay, missed out on a couple lates. Fine with it. We did a lot of work. I do not expect a whole lot of regression, especially if we have a really good training camp, and we have a lot of training camp boosts with our architect tree. A lot of progress with our class. Now finishing as a top 20 class. We're working our way up. Still looking for that elusive 5-star commit. But I think, pretty good. Now, we did spend a lot with the teams that are in us. We spent less than Iowa and finished better than them. But sucks when you're spending 1,600 points and BYU, who's our big competition, is spending less and having a better class here in the Big 12. So the players that we got Lee Archibald. He was the crown jewel of our recruiting class. Star Dev linebacker. I love to see that. Star Dev on Zeke Holt, who honestly might have to freaking start this year as a true freshman. Star Dev on the 3, Benez. Elite Dev on the 3-star 1,700. Didn't even get to see if he probably would be a gem. Would have been able to finish that recruiting Elite Dev trade on a 3-star. You love to see it. Especially when you're getting 3-star gems that are impact. That's wet fart. We get Ben Hanks now into the transfer portal gets. 4-star D-tackle Maine comes with a star dev. Again, we look at that. Hopefully, a good trend. Elite dev on Williamson Aries, one and done, but that's sick. Star dev on Champ. Star dev on Will Black. Impact on Hack. We get star dev on Gatlin Bear. Impact on Shaw. Raiola comes in with a star, and we get... Maybe now I'm seeing why Reynolds... Hey, if you use good skill caps, you never know. Due to our lack of quarterback depth... Oh, I can't move Carlisle running back. I don't want to go in with just 2 quarterbacks. Will he even let me go to just with 2 quarterbacks? What does he look like as a running back? 79 rated. I'm gonna do it. Let's take a look. After training camp, one of the big fish, we got Williams Winyeri, 4-star elite dev. Does he have good skills? I feel like in last year's game he didn't have the best skill caps, and he's pretty much tapped out. We'll up his power 1. Do we have any attributes we can get? We'll get pocket disruptor. Get him up to platinum there. We talked about Brian Mateo, who was our 4-star gem pass rusher that we landed last year. Probably the belle of the ball from our recruiting class. Don't know who's highlighted his skill caps. Unbelievable skill caps. And the fact that he's the only one that kind of sucks is quickness, but he starts with 86 speed, 93 acceleration. Oh my god, dude, if he just had like an elite dev trait, we'd be cooking. Well, you'll like to see in training camp, Malik Shaw, the 4-star wide receiver that we got, he's pretty much maxed out as, I mean, this is what happens when you get gadget players, I guess. It's always a risky run. I was intrigued. 6'5", 221 gadget player. I don't know. Might be one of those guys. Maybe I should have looked at him as a position switch to quarterback. But to replace Wyatt Young, we do bring in Gatlin Bear, the 4-star star def from Burley, Ohio, whose skill set is 99 speed, 99. I don't really care, honestly, that the skill caps are pretty much tapped out. We actually get a coach bonus when players hit their skill cap, so it's like this is one of the rare instances where it's not the end of the world. But I think we max him out here and then take the remaining points to see if there's any physical upgrades. There's not. Well, you know, I'm really happy we brought him in. He's a win now guy. Moving Carlisle to running back, I wonder what that did to his skill cap. Ooh, untap for quickness, elusiveness. We're going to have to for sure up that carrying here a little bit. Let's see if we can get him into the 80s of carrying, which is fine. Power, I'm fine. He's gonna be a speed guy. Okay, this actually might work. Looking at our running back room at a training camp, I know we're paying Lindsay a big old price here, but Carlisle being a sophomore and having much better skill caps, I think I'm gonna make him my starter. Let's keep it here live. We got over 2 quarterbacks. For Raiola, this is his final year. I mean, we have him and Bear both coming from Oregon, so like they have a connection there. But for Raiola, we're 100% just. It's gonna go all into accuracy. We gotta get him as high rated as possible. Mestemaker was a 92, and he got us really far. Raiola is now gonna be a 91. Okay. We have just like the wild card here, Mr. Reynolds. We just threw him on freshman. We paid him $200 NIL, which is Definitely not the smartest thing to do. Does he have at least good skill caps? He does. They're not brutal, but does not really have good skill caps. Year number 3 starting up, and boy, the Mestemaker and the fellas that left leave us in a good spot, but the pressure is certainly on. We get a preseason rating of number 11. So that means they think we did a hell of a job rebuilding this program. Certainly, it's a downgrade going from Mestemaker, Hawkins, and Wyatt Young. But the reality is, like Wyatt Young to Bear's a different skill set. Bear's straight line speed in terms of a deep threat can be just as game-changing. Raiola is 1 overall point lower than Mestemaker, so take that for what it is. You can maybe make the argument Raiola is a better quarterback. Well, there's an undeniable downgrade at running back. Still 86 for Lindsey's not too bad. I think overall the wide receiver room has more depth than it had at any point in this rebuild. The offensive line is better than it's ever been at any point in this rebuild. And the defense across the board is without a doubt the best defense we have put on display at any point. The front 7 is outstanding. The linebackers are great. The secondary is reliable. And I think we definitely justify getting the preseason rating of number 11. I have yet to actually look at the schedule here. What do we got? Ooh. One of our open games is a ranked game against Bill Belichick in North Carolina. They're coming off a 10-3 season. I mean, sure, let's go with a tough schedule. Let's prove it. Let's go through a little bit of a gauntlet. You know, this is going to be tough after that bye in week 3. North Carolina, Colorado, they went 9-4 last year. TCU 7-6, always tricky. Texas Tech, BYU both have preseason ratings. Kansas State played them. That's a rematch of last year's Big 12 championship. Arizona State wasn't too bad. Baylor was an 8-win team last year. And Utah wouldn't be shocking if they could find a way to bounce back from last year's very disappointing 3-9 season. So that, you know, is not what we had last year. Last year, I was very clear that we got an excellent roll of our Big 12 opponents. This year, well, we got to earn it. Also, I mean, I love our budget. 3,100 points of NIL at our disposal is pretty good. I'm going to be honest. We are swinging for the fences a little bit smaller class, trying to track down as many 4-stars. But, like, there's no special sauce right now. I literally was like, all right, are you a 4-star player that we have any chance at that's part of a pipeline? We're still not near the level of what we were able to get at some of the end game of our first 2 rebuilds where it's like, I'm going after anybody. I don't care where your pipeline is. I don't care what your expected NIL is. If you're good, I'm going to come get you. Not quite at that area. So I'm trying to focus on guys that are at least like tier 4 pipelines, tier 3 pipelines. At bare minimum, we have at least a level 1 pipeline here, like on the 4-star gem. Greg, the tackle from, I don't know what KS is, Kansas, if I had to guess. But we have a couple gems here on the offensive line, which is nice. We actually really need a center. So this guy, Quincy Davis, is probably near the top of the list of my wish list. No one looks like truly insane. And I will say in this game, man, sometimes, gem or not, some of the attributes are just absurd. Like, look at this D tackle. Yeah, he's just barely under 300 pounds, 88 strength, 81 acceleration, 77 speed. Like, everything outside of awareness is 70+ rated. Like, that is absurd. Got a 93 acceleration linebacker who's good at everything. Tackle, pursuit. Both his coverages are in the 70s. So there's some really, really good players. Look at this corner. 6'2", 97 speed, 94 acceleration, 81 man coverage. Come on down. So we're going to be able to spend here a little bit. But, you know, hey, you always look to find like that generational recruit. That guy that's going to single, like Wall from our Florida rebuild. If you watch that, you know. As soon as I say Wall, you know who I'm talking about. You always want to try to find that one guy that could be an absolute game changer. And when you don't find that one guy in your class, always just feels like, you know, you're just missing that final ingredient. And we don't really have that in this year's class. Maybe it won't matter. Maybe we'll win that national championship. We won't even see these guys play. But if not, I think we're going to have a sizable budget that we could do a lot of damage in the transfer portal if need be at the end of the year. The expectations this season, we have to win 50% of our road games. Doable for 200 points. We have to win all of our conference games. No chance that's happening, but you know what? For such a lofty goal, 500 reward points is at least a justifiable payday. An average at least 27 points per game. We definitely hit that last year with ease. I don't think or foresee that big of a drop-off with Raiola from Mestemaker, so I think 2 or 3 of these are certainly doable. No chance we're winning all of our conference games, though. Damn, North Carolina had that preseason rating 1-2. They folded. Damn it. Man. Definitely feeling the fact that with choosing the existing coach here for Oklahoma State, not having anything in recruiter, it just takes like 2 weeks longer to start getting the commits to come in. Finally get our first one, Zach Lawrence, the 4-star linebacker from Texas. We also get our kicker, Timotei Lambo. Sounds exotic, like a soccer player. We're in a decent position. We're kind of clanging and banging, but this one here is the worst one. I'll tell you right now. We're going to go right into it. I think we got a nice win here over Colorado, averaging 37 points a game. Vibes are strong. Swade Griffin is getting himself Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. But things are going well. 4-0. Beating teams we're expecting to beat. Got to beat them by a lot in terms of offense. But we are still a little bro in a lot of these. I was first for Teague forever. And then literally 1 week, Oklahoma, like, not only, like, they hit the nitrous. I don't know if if it's even worth trying to bring him in for a visit right now, but, you know, this got a better pipeline. I mean, if they will let us, if he won't commit and at least visit us week 7, maybe we'll have a chance. I've already gone in and kind of re-up the scholarship a little bit to give it. I mean, we could try to get it one more bar. He is a fun height, weight, speed, and we do have a pretty good budget. I mean, we can try it anytime. If I'm paying $220, it's easier to justify that when it's like, oh, you're 96 speed, 96 acceleration, and also really good receiver. You're not like one-dimensional, 79 catching, everything 70 plus. Probably worth the price. Like, that's a wide receiver 3 next year. I got to deal with Flint. We were first until deal with Texas. Wait, throw around. You know, swift in. Much better pipeline. It's kind of, you know, I'll just, you know, I'm going to, we'll just take that one off the board. We're in a battle for Sprague. Again, another guy we were first forever. Brought him in for a super early visit. There comes Oklahoma. 100 points. It's a gem. You know, he was the late. Let's hit him with a hard sell, and then we'll bump the scholarship up here to be like 150. What's gonna make it 3, bro? I'll go 160. Let's go. If not, buddy, fuck you. We'll get something better on the portal. Oh, look, money talks. Go from number 2 to number 1 just by paying him the most I can pay. I think we're gonna lose other players low. Let's see. We get Sprague. I bet you we lost a guard. Yep. Was first place on this gem guard, and then A&M with a better pipeline came in, and I didn't decide to break the bank on the player, which I think future me will appreciate, not going crazy on you know, that it was, I think it was like 100. I think I put 125. If I would have went like 200, I might have been able to get him, but I bet you I could spend that 200 points in the portal and get a better guard than, you know, a guy that's might not hit the peak till another 3 years. We're going to be done here in 3 years. I'm winning a natty before 3 more years hits. Holy shit. What a game by Cam Powell. There's anywhere, I always like to just wait till we get to the big games to start hopping in. And this is kind of the easy part of our schedule, but there was always an unknown of whether Dylan Raiola, who's now bounced around, this is his 3rd spot, Nebraska. Was he somewhere before Nebraska? I don't think. But like Nebraska, then he goes to Oregon. Now he comes Oklahoma State, massive shoes to fill with Mestemaker. Would we be able to keep firing on all cylinders offensively? And I think through 5 games, Raiola and this passing offense is pretty scary. Cam Powell, man, what a game, what a performance, dude. So we got our win against TCU, which was tough in terms of record. Texas Tech, BYU, both preseason rated have fell off a little bit. So those games went from, I don't know, to disappointing if we slip up. Kansas State looks like they're going to be a problem. Arizona State has got off to a really, really good start. So it's not like the Big 12 is imploded, but this is certainly another year trying to take that momentum from that TCU win. You know, we're good, man. We're a damn good team. I mean, fucking extra point away from maybe making a national championship game. To having the transfer portal that we did to replenish our talent, we're right where we deserve to be. But still plenty of time to slip up. I kind of simmed most of the season to this point, assuming that we were 100% playing Texas Tech. Now that they suck, it feels a little but you know what? I see the college. People want more gameplay. I try to balance having as much gameplay as I possibly can with not making these videos 5 hours long every time. Perfect time to hop right in. It's a rivalry game. Now it's a confidence builder. We should be able to go and beat the shit out of these guys. Let's see what Dylan Raiola and this offense can really do. Texas Tech gets to play spoiler this one. This went from what could have been maybe a Big 12 championship preview. Texas Tech, of course, sucks this year. But you know they're going to be up for it to try and ruin our perfect start to our season. First moment coming in ice cold. For me, it's been nothing but hashtag dealing with college football Pele, don't pay movement. It's locked back in. Go right to the tight end, Mr. Ford. A very nice start. Raiola, first pass, first tutty with some camera time on him. Ooh, we can get enough protection here. Bear might be able to just run away on this play. 99 speed, the best athlete in college football. Oh, I wanted to give him a chance. There was better. Blinders were on. Luckily, the play of the moments have been awesome so far in this game. We're kind of seeing why. Maybe Texas Tech stinks this year. They ran out of oil money. Keep just buying the best defense. Oh my God! Scramble drill. Yes! What a dot! Dylan Raiola, you get what you pay for in the transfer portal. That's my best pass by far of this college football 27 season. By far. Malik Shaw, that is transfer portal. The transfer portal. I was pissed with Shaw. Terrible skill caps. Gadget might be a better quarterback than receiver. I think that answers the question. Since we last got a moment, Texas Tech scored twice. Of course, we missed an extra point. We have not a good kicking situation. I got PTSD. Let's just keep on turning. We don't have the same type of running back in terms of reputation that we did a year ago. But with almost 150 yards, Lindsey's doing a great job. Here we go. How about this? How about this? Raiola has some dual threat ability to his game. Run him over. Get in there. Touchdown. Good guys. All right, Texas Tech not going away. This was never going to be an easy game. This play. Cool play. And we'll just do our old reliable mesh. Get a matchup. Athletic tight end on a slow linebacker. Great hit rate for me. And with it, we're going to be able to see this one out. No trap game in sight. Cashing and banking. Another rivalry game taking advantage of a down year for Texas Tech. And the Oklahoma State Cowboys continue our path forward of Big 12 dominance to a Big 12 championship. Raiola, player of the game. What a great game. There were so many quarterback options. We knew right away. Even if he's only a one-year rental, that was our guy. News, the 4-star quarterback Lane Anderson gives us something that might have a chance of some good skill caps and a dev trait, which we don't really have long-term on the roster right now. I think it's very clear that play the moments gives us the best opportunity to really test how good we are, which is a better way of saying a higher likelihood that we lose. So BYU is one of the 3 tough remaining schedules. I think we play the moments on the tough 3 remaining games in the schedule, and if we can win those games through the play the moment sim, then we know we're legitimately a very good team this year. If we slip up like we did last year, it's a fraud test. Let's see, BYU, tricky. Very tricky opponent. I don't like how also they took some of our recruits last year. Vibes, I think there's a little bit of a nice little rivalry. I don't think there's any real rivalry connection between the 2 programs, but that certainly has been established here in today's video where, man, oh man, we can't buy a touchdown. All field goals, which I will look at the positive in this and say, man, our defense is playing really well because BYU's offense is potent. There we go. First touchdown of the game goes to Oklahoma State. We have 2 tough games remaining on the schedule, Arizona State and Kansas State. If we can pass all 3 of these tests, I don't think there's any deny that we got a good roster. It is that time. Last year was not a fluke. We have some sustainability. So, first hurdle has been passed. Efficient game from Raiola. Oh, let's go! That's a big one. That's one of the big fishes. We needed a new starting center, and that's going to be a day 1 starter next year. Let's go level up. Architect, this is where I want to spend all my points. We got enough here to get 2 out of 4 into Architect. Very nice, powerful abilities. Very nice. Week 9 win over West Virginia, keeping the undefeated season alive. Raiola, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week. Here we go. Number 4, number 9. Oklahoma State, Kansas State could end up being a preview of the Big 12 championship this season. Baylor's right there. In terms of like Big 12 records, not overall records, pretty tight. UCF, TCU, Baylor, all 1 losses. But here's the stress test. How legit is our team? I'm not going to hop in. We're going to watch it. And we're going to see if our team's actually really good or if we're going to get exposed on the road. This is our toughest game all season on paper in the regular season. I think we win this game. An undefeated season is certainly in line. And we have not achieved a perfect season yet in any of our Dynasty rebuilds. Alrighty, please do not entice me to have to hop in. At least we already got a score. This is one of those games where, like, if it happened like the BYU game where it was all field goals and then Kansas State was unstoppable, I'd have some problems. We'd have to squabble. Right now, competitive matchup right now. 2 of the best teams in the Big 12, and we're playing like it. Low-scoring game. Ooh, it's not. Oh, no. Oh! Oh, I can't. If we're going to win this, I love the fight. I love the comeback ability of this program. They got 226 to seal the deal. Holy shit. Awesome. 21 points in the 4th quarter. Dylan Raiola. Ignore the completion percentage. The tuds are all that matters. That's my boy. What a win. You can win that game. We can make a goddamn extra point and win a national championship this year. Goddamn right. 2 through the air, 2 on the ground. Back to back. Our quarterback is the hottest quarterback in the conference. All right, the gauntlet continues here now. We got 7-2 Arizona State next week. As you can see right there, bowl game prediction. Baylor in the Pop Tart Bowl. They are up in week number 12. This is what we need, man. The stress test. Are you actually good, or did you just beat up on teams you're supposed to beat? And are you good? Are you actually good, or are you good enough just not to lose trap games? That is what we're finding out right now. Raiola puts in a National Offensive Player of the Week performance. All eyes go towards Baylor. Come on, they lost. Way to kill the high. I mean, they're going to be motivated, I guess. This would have been a lot sweeter if they were still ranked. Usually I like to wait till like the end of season recap to kind of look at our player stats, but like, Raiola's been stacking multiple players a week. We might have our first like Heisman contender. I haven't had anyone reach the podium yet in any of my rebuild seasons. 70% completion percentage, 2,400 yards, 25 touchdowns to 1 pick. Still have 3 regular season plus hopefully championship game remaining. Obviously after that, we can inflate our numbers a little bit in a playoff run. 25-1. To also go with almost 500 yards rushing and 6 rushing touchdowns. What is this fumbles? Is there like at least 0 fumbles? Money well spent. I've done 3 years of rebuild with Colorado, 4 years of rebuild with Florida, and now 3 years of rebuild with Oklahoma State. And Raiola being number 2 right now, as of week 12, is the only time I've had a player anywhere near Heisman discussions. Number 2 right now. Let's see, close out the year, if we can kind of get a good lock on that number 1 spot. I don't want to phrase this as this may be the final chance that we could lose this year. We could lose to, I can't remember who we were playing the last week of the season, but they're not very good. We can lose to them. It can happen. We have the Big 12 championship, which we've locked a berth in that. But you'd like to think in terms of like believability, Baylor's probably the only team left on the schedule that has a chance at ending our perfect season. And they were really good. They were ranked a week ago. They lose, so they're going to be motivated. But I just think right now we got a terrifying team. And I'm glad that that's the case. I'm glad that we didn't have to do like a mini rebuild within a rebuild after being unable to win with the golden generation of Mestemaker, Caleb Hawkins, and Wyatt Young. We're able to reinvent ourselves very quickly. We're only able to reinvent ourselves this quickly because of the success those guys had. They got us almost 1,000 NIL bucks when they were leaving and going to the NFL, that we were able to go reinvest in the squad so that we could be competitive again this year. And we are just smashing the Big 12 with a Heisman candidate here in Dylan Raiola. Don't choke. Don't blow it. Just don't blow it. Utah, good program. Haven't been able to bounce back from losing their coach and a lot of the top players to Michigan. Let's keep them down. Keep them down there. Come on, boys. 12-0 is in the cards. Cool thing at the end of the season, but regardless of what happens in the postseason, we achieved all 3 of our AD expectations. So that is another 750 NIL bucks and or facility upgrades if we want to, but let's be honest, it's all going to NIL. The Big 12 championship has been decided. Number 2, Oklahoma State. Number 15, TCU. Okay. What do they got going on? Points per game, the same as us. Offensively, 50 more passing yards a game than us. We have a slight advantage in terms of rush yards. The defense is where Oklahoma State is going to have to separate in this matchup. Somehow, Raiola had like 5 touchdowns in the final season and lost a spot in the Heisman voting, but I'm going to assume that, you know, the right guy's going to win. And I think for me, I always want to kind of view these things as like worst case scenario. If TCU beats us, are we still going to make the college football playoff? And the answer is yes. 1 loss, 12-1 Oklahoma State is not falling out of the top 10. So at least we've kind of built up that security blanket. Let's go, baby. Oh, all gold everything shows up on the shovel too, right at game time. Let's go. Big 12 champions trying to defend our title. We'll play mostly sim, but we'll hop in because, you know, our team proved. We don't have anything left to prove. Our team is legitimately good. It's not me hopping in and squeaking by these victories to inflate the record. So let's ensure, unless we get, again, smashed. If TCU was beating us 30-14, I'd be like, all right, guys, this is a sign we don't deserve to be here. I mean, they're not going away, but our defense was, let's hop in now. Our defense was, on paper, the deciding factor between these two teams. And for me, I don't know if championship game stats are going to really factor into the Heisman voting, but if they do, I want to make sure Raiola has best foot forward. We'll go to Powell, who's been our wide receiver 1. Ooh. No touchdowns for Raiola. That's not good. Let's see if we go maybe like a screen pass, something quick or we can tuck and run. We have good scrambling numbers as well with Raiola, but let's just get in there. Get in there. Okay, though, I only know that we got 1 touchdown. Kind of want to get more, but we're not going to be greedy. This rebuild is not determined on do we win a Heisman Trophy. That is the only measurement for success. We got to win a national championship. To do that, let's win the Big 12 that we did back-to-back years. I think Raiola is still the best player in the country. Very confident he'll win the Heisman. But if not, we have bigger fish to fry in the college football playoff. Just worth saying, with that win, number 1 team in the country. Have yet to achieve that feat in any of our rebuilds so far. It's official. 3 green check marks for AD expectations here in year 3. And let's go to the Heisman ceremony. Pull for our guy, Raiola. I think Deuce Knight had a hell of a year for Ole Miss, too. But this is something that, like, I want to see more of. I think within Dynasty mode, presentation like this, like, I think it relates to what I want to look for in Madden franchise mode. I think more things like this in franchise mode, if we can get more of this in, like, the draft presentation, I think that would be sick. If we can get this for, like, the MVP voting and all that stuff. As you see, all of these candidates, Elijah Brown, quarterback, Boise State, 39 total touchdowns. Where's our boy?
As a Heisman Trophy.
There's our boy, 41 touchdowns, undefeated season, led the team to the #1 team in the nation in the context of replacing a first-round pick in Mestemaker.
Man, they want to win it, and
they got the bow tie on. He's looking snazzy. 41 touchdowns for Deuce Knight. I don't know where Ole Miss is in the polls. I tell you what, they didn't have as much team success as we did. It is going to be very close.
Guys have enjoyed their experience, but
I'd love to cash in a Heisman winner here, though.
To one man. We're about to find out who's going to be this season's Heisman Trophy winner.
This was something like, did they even talk about this during or showcase this during the reveal event?
And one more look at this
Despite all the issues that are going on with Dynasty, there is still so much that was cool and new added to this year. Heisman finalists, 2 Boise State players, Deuce Knight,
want to know who's going to win
Dylan Raiola
for this season.
I think we know who I want to see win. I think I know who you want to see win.
And here we go. This season, the Heisman Memorial Trophy is awarded to Deuce Knight, sophomore quarterback out of Ole Miss. And one final congratulations to the newest member of the Heisman Trophy fraternity. This season will forever be known as his Heisman
season. Get the consolation here, Raiola, the Johnny Unitas golden arm. I mean, we had 35 touchdowns to 1 pick. Dude. An all-time season from our core. I'm not going to say it's a robbery. The touchdowns were close. But, like, what's Ole Miss? Oh, they've lost twice? That's weird. We didn't lose once. Wait. Did Ole Miss win the SEC championship? That'd be interesting to see. Did Ole Miss do that? Conference championships, Ole Miss? No, did they? Oh, they didn't even play in the conference championship? Interesting. Our first college football playoff game is Oregon. In the Sugar Bowl. We won the Sugar Bowl last year against UCLA. This one, a much trickier opponent, but revenge game. We took Oregon, best quarterback and wide receiver in the transfer portal. Gatlin Bear and Dylan Raiola. Revenge for those guys. Prove like, hey, Oregon didn't want to pay up for you. Justify your price tag. It is time to defend our Sugar Bowl crown, but the storyline in this matchup, getting Dylan Raiola, our Heisman contending quarterback that should have won. Gatlin Bear, our 99-speed wide receiver. Both came from Oregon in the transfer portal in the offseason. There's no way this game does not mean a little bit more to them. The team that said, nah, you're too expensive, go somewhere else. Best of luck to you. Well, let's see how that works out for them. Super low score game. Our first moment comes halfway through the second, 3-0. Wow. I mean, I'd say probably in terms of talent, Oregon's got the advantage over us on the defensive side of the ball, but there's no way they have a quarterback better than Raiola, or else we would have probably saw him on the Heisman podium there. Corner of the end zone. Why he's not going to the corner? DB lost in the sauce. No eyes, no pick. At Oklahoma State, touchdown. Oh, then it's scored from Oregon. That did feel like a really bad DB play, so I think we were, all right, we'll give him that one back. Touchdown. Give me 3rd and 1. You know what? Let's see if we can get a nice slant to Gatlin Bear. Utilize that 99 speed. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. All right, this is... Oregon got some athletes, but 99 speed, 99 acceleration. I think it's like 6'1". I mean, just a ruthless combination. It's looking good. 10-point lead. Oh my goodness. Just put him away. You don't even need me no more. Put him away. Actually, score again, and it wouldn't even matter the touchdown I got. This game, donezo. Oregon didn't even belong on the same field as us. They made the wrong decision. We benefit from their bad decision. We very much appreciate Dylan Raiola hitting the portal and joining our program. They could have used him. And there we go, back-to-back Sugar Bowl champions. I don't know if we're going back to the Cotton Bowl where we lost last year against Ohio State with a missed field goal, but that won't happen again. There you have it. Dylan Raiola has now set the Oklahoma State single-season touchdown record. Who else? The bowl game may have changed. The opponent did not. Lost last year to Ohio State. Well, not lost. Unable to continue the game against Ohio State after missing an extra point. The revenge tour continues. And we are back. It's been almost a week since whatever the last segment was just right before this video. Felt like it was the right time. Take a little bit of break. Vibes weren't strong around College Football 27 Dynasty. I wanted to use my content and opportunity to show you guys some cool things you can do on PC via mods. Got the big update last night. The microtransactions are leaving Dynasty mode. I mean, regardless, I was good. This video was coming out today, but like, I'm now a little bit pep in my step. Happy about the state of this game. This is going to be my final rebuild, likely on console. I thought about, honestly, just scrapping what we have so far and just redoing this from scratch on PC with mods and stuff like that. I mean, it's just really difficult, I think, we have to hop in, by the way. But I think it's really difficult to replicate a lot of the cool things that we had happen in this. Like, obviously, we had Mestemaker play really, really well. To get Raiola in the portal, to have Raiola play this good, have the Oregon stuff. Like, I was like, you know what? This is a good rebuild. Let's finish this. Let's cap this thing off. But I'll probably play more of this gameplay than whoever we end up playing in the national championship if we can win. Ohio State in college football 27 sim. Right there. Oh my God, we had them. They're like, think of the worst, most overpowered the Chiefs have been in a Madden sim from like rebuilds where it's like, oh my God, the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. Like, that's Ohio State. Like, in base sim, they win the national championship like legitimately 50% of the time. So, they are the final boss. They are the cheat code. This is going to be, regardless, I think, of who we play in the national championship. If, like, look, they just fucking insta-score every time. It's like, oh, I got a little bit of lead. Oh, they are going to score with using 0 timeouts. They are the final boss. And while this sounds like a complaint, you know, even in sports games, having a final boss, having it feel like, you know what I'm saying? Really? Oh my God, you gotta bring that in. Let's go. It's not a terrible thing. It's annoying, it's repetitive, especially like with the style of content where we do a bunch of rebuilds and then it's just a bunch of times seeing Ohio State always win. I think like when you're just kind of taking your own time, like your main dynasty mode, like you're gonna relish the opportunity when you can go play Ohio State. Because you know this is final boss shit. That's what we're trying to do. 14-14. We have the best offense in the nation, we think. You gotta throw that away. You gotta throw that away. Just we got 2 kind of good plays. I do like this playbook. Out of the 3 reels we've done so far, Colorado, Florida, and that's Florida's playbook. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it sucks. Not for me. Get a little bit of separation. Let's go, Shaw! Shaw, my least favorite transfer portal signing in terms of like excitement and expectations to what they were. Landon Shaw, the big 4-star wide receiver, transfer portal commit, and then you get him, it's like, oh, this guy, he's a gadget. He's listed as a gadget, but very clearly might be a better quarterback than a receiver. Oh, fight your way through. That being said, hell of a grab. He's been pretty clutch throughout, but we're gonna have to air this, man. Trenches are an obvious advantage to Ohio State. There we go, getting a little motion back there. Lindsey punches it in. Ohio State, how do you think they insta score here? I think they do. Okay, they don't, but they get it multiple times before we get an offensive moment. So we're gonna come back in 3rd and 4. Oh, this wide corner. I like to say we have to get a touchdown. This is not a drive where it's like, let's get points. They're getting a touchdown if they get the ball back. Best case, honestly, is we not only score, we leave them with no time to do anything else. But Oh, there we go. That makes you feel a little bit better because that was Sim got that touchdown. So it's not all I had to backpack this. Oh, they get the turnover on down. And how do we get 2 points when we win? Holy, that would be broken controller fun having it open up. If we go up 7, we force a turnover to get red zone starting position, and we still had 0 points, and they had a chance there. They had a couple chances. That would have been broken controller fun. This would have gone. I would have seen how, like, what kind of mock distance, what kind of silver medal shot put could I have done with this controller? Big win. Oklahoma State Cowboys, national championship bound. Goddamn right, Malik Shaw, offensive player of the week. Big time performance against Ohio State. They could not find an answer. National player of the semifinal matchups. And in the national championship game, we get the fight. They don't even have a conference. Frauds. Brigid Shane Gillis. Look at the other side of the bracket. Notre Dame had a first-round bye. They defeated Nebraska by 7. They belt the ass Tennessee 31-10. Oh, does that sound challenging for you guys, Path? What did we do? Oh, we only had to take down Oregon and Ohio State. We earned this national championship run. They got a free ride in comparison to the teams we had to take down. National championship time for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. We are just 3 years removed from a 1-win campaign. Now, does anyone know why that record next to Notre Dame's in the brackets is 0-0 and ours is 9-0? What does that mean? Does that have anything to qualify who maybe is a more deserving team? And look at their mascot. What a goofball. Comparison to our mascot, we do see our mascot. Our mascot is like a serial killer. Okay, this guy, oh my God, it's not even close. These assless chaps looking like Shawn Michaels. We are going to smash these. You know, if we can do what we did against Ohio State, there's just no way, shape, or form we don't play Notre Dame off the field here. Notre Dame has no offense through the air. So if we can build up enough of a lead, Notre Dame's always a team that wants to run the football. So if we have to force them to throw the football, that's the favorable scenario that we want. We're going to take just this easy route to Shaw, which we saw firsthand what he does with that play against Ohio State. And he's looking to make it back-to-back dominating playoff performances. Ties this up at 14. How are we going to get an opportunity to build on this lead? Here we go, a third down alert. 3rd and 9. Let's go, Mesh. We're going to send A in motion, and it's Shaw. And I want to see if I can hit him on the run and get another first down. Also, Bear 13, his 99 speed, 99 acceleration. If we can give him an opportunity to get some yak, that could also be very. Oh yeah, we're going to. Oh, turn up. Let's go. Just getting it. Needed 9 yards. Got 11. Well, look, it's one of those games. I don't think the sim's going to be helping us out too much. Feels like there's going to be a lot of like, hey, you came in and did something, and now we're going to put you in 3rd and long again. Oh, you got a first down. Here's another 3rd and long opportunity because your team's not doing fucking anything when you're not in the lineup. Now I think we go for this. I don't think this is a take a field goal type game. It's the national championship. I love it. Coach Morris says we ain't kicking field goals here today. I think we might be able to get this quickly to. I'm gonna have the running back run at Texas, so I'm looking at Ford, the tight end, at the sticks. Look, we got it. Honestly, I think the Texas route might have baited them. Hesitate the linebacker. First down. Can we finish this drive off in sim so it's not me having to do everything? There we go. But then they instant score, not using a single timeout. No, I hate that. We come in 21-21 on the 39. I really love that play. That was literally like, they didn't bite that at all. It's like, all right, we're going to protect the sticks and watch you do whatever the hell you think you can do here. But Coach is still staying aggressive. 4th and 5. I think same kind of deal here. Ford, Shaw. That safety is probably too hard to throw. Let's F it and chuck it to Bear. Oh, my God. That is, I'm not going to lie. We only make that throw because Raiola has 97 throw power. I completely took myself out of that play. And then how do we get 0? How do we have 0 points in the red zone? That cannot happen in a national championship game. That's been twice in back-to-back weeks. We are in the red zone with 0. Take the field goal. I'll take 3. You got to love it. You got to respect the play of the moment sim. That just, it's kind of the way to play. It's kind of the way to navigate getting gameplay without straight up just I play and win the national championship. But also, does it ever just keep you on your toes? Right there, let's go. What a play, Shaw! Throws a stiff arm. Big gainer. This could be a game-winning drive to bring a national championship to Oklahoma State. I think we run it once, get the clock going, because we are at least in game-winning field goal attempt range. And it's just, we don't have Hawkins back there no more. Let's run a mesh. Let's want to run, and also let's take our time. Much like the Ohio State, like let's slow burn. There's no rush. Why did both my guys just stop in the middle of the field? Go! Holy, that went from I was going to throw something, 189 yards rushing for Raiola. He's in no way, shape, or form a dual threat. He can dual threat, but not a run-first dual threat quarterback. Like his archetype, I think, is pocket passer. Let's run this. Gets a push. Make him use your timeouts, I guess, yes. They have one timeout remaining. I also like our run game, but I think this is much like Ohio State, another matchup where Notre Dame clearly is, oh, fight! Gonna have the advantage of the trenches, but not there. Fights through the tackles, scores. That almost felt like they wanted to let us score, so they had time to try and respond here. I might have to hop in. I thank God. I'm so bad at defense. Like, I am very much not looking forward to when we start doing like our Heisman Dynasty series. It's gonna be so bad. But anybody that watches my content knows I usually get to a level that's at least not embarrassingly bad. Like I always start terribly, and I don't want to ramble over this great moment. What a performance by Raiola. I think when we look at the final stat line, it is going to be an all-time national championship. At least in the college football playoff era, what Raiola just did, I think, is an all-time type game. 158 pass yards, 4 touchdowns. I think he had 200 on the ground. Sometimes, spending all your money in the transfer portal on a one-year quarterback rental is the right call. Because sometimes this ends up being the result. I bet you Notre Dame didn't do that. It was always going to be very tough in this rebuild to take over Drew Mestemaker. Mestemaker's in the thumbnail. He's the reason why any Oklahoma has any motion right now. Look at this. 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then on the ground, Raiola, 189 yards rushing, another 2 touchdowns. An all-time performance. 120 from JT Lindsey. I mean, I had one big run with Raiola. Everything else is just how our team decided to show up here today. And just a pathetic effort from Notre Dame stopping the run. Shaw, 78 yards and a touchdown. Bear got in the end zone with a touchdown. Defensively, we got a nice INT from Christian Jones, who we stole away from Nebraska in the transfer portal. A couple sacks here. Mateo, homegrown pass rusher. Love seeing that. Very nice. Very nice. Very great way to end this rebuild. So there you go, fellas. That is our college football 27 dynasty rebuild of the Oklahoma State Sooners, taking them from a one-win program to losing our blue chip golden regeneration of Hawkins, Mestemaker, Wyatt Young, and hitting the transfer portal, finding the right guys, and winning a national championship. So what I need from you guys in the comment section below is let me know what school you want to see me rebuild next. I don't know how much I can share, but I got some phone calls that I got to hop on this coming week that could relate to some cool content coming soon, and it is not with, I don't know how much I can say. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think I know where it's going. I don't know for sure where it's going, but you will find out soon enough, as vague as that possibly is. But we might have a cool school opportunity coming in the coming weeks. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys very much for all the love and support. This, despite everything that's not been great around college football 27, the feedback here on my community, you know, it's been absolutely awesome. I very much appreciate it. We will have new Dynasty content coming soon. Let me know which schools you want to see next. I will say I am kind of leaning towards Minnesota. Minnesota was like, it was between Minnesota and Oklahoma State for this video. It was very much a toss-up. So I think my next one will be Minnesota. But after that, I have no idea who we should do. I think if you guys want to start to dip our toes a little bit in difficulty, I'd rather wait until we get the title update this coming week, where it's supposedly going to fix like recruiting and some of the known issues that really tend to affect those schools that are like 0-star, 1-star, 2-star. That's kind of my logic in this. But there are some PC mods that I think could also help out and kind of get rid of some of those issues right now, because that also goes into the final part of my outro here, that I will keep showing you guys some really cool College Football 27 PC mod content. I have a bunch of videos planned. I'm probably going to get out a couple tomorrow, maybe a couple on Monday, and then obviously start working on a Minnesota Dynasty Rebuild for you guys. So till that time, thank you guys very much for all the love and support. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as we are working our way to 200,000 subscribers here on the channel. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya, have a good one.